everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. My name is Meg, and today I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. Today I wanted to show you how I kind of style and do like a beachy, more relaxed, casual curl to my hair. Actually, my friend Kate requested this video, so shout out to you, girl. Thank you so much for requesting it, because I always say I want to do hair tutorials on my channel, but now I actually am motivated to do one. So I am starting off with clean hair. This is like day-old hair. For me, I have very fine hair and hard to curl hair, so if you're in a similar boat, this could be really good for you. Typically for me, my hair curls best when it's clean. It's gonna hold the curl longer, it's gonna give me the most volume. So I know there are people that say that their hair curls best after like 3 or 4 days of not washing it. That is not the case for me, but good for you, that's the case for you. All I have done is added a heat protectant spray to my hair. This is a Garnier Fructis Flat Iron Protector Straightening Mist. Today's my first time using this, so I can't 100% sure say if I recommend it or not. It does have that typical Garnier scent to it. The Tresemme one works really great too. So that is all I've done for hair prep. I just let my hair air dry. Yesterday it was just hanging out. For my curling iron, I am using this. This is a Conair curling iron. It doesn't really have a name or anything on it. It is just a barrel wand that slims down, so it's like a little cone shape. Any wand that you have will typically work. I will say the smaller the barrel, the tighter the curl. The bigger the barrel, the more loose curl you're gonna get. Typically, if you have really long hair, like from here downwards, I would say a larger barrel is gonna work better for you. The shorter your hair, typically the smaller the barrel. This is about 1 inch. However, because my hair is so fine and thin and hard to curl, I always just use this even on my long hair, and it worked really well. So I'm gonna get this baby fired up here. I'm like so nervous about filming in my studio because typically I do this in the bathroom. The other thing that I'm gonna be using today is a straightener. So this is just 1 1/4 inch cheese straightener. Ironically, I bought this when my hair was really long because I was like, oh, you know, the wider the straightener, the faster and easier it is to straighten your long hair. And then a couple months later, I ended up cutting it off short. So I still make it work to this day, but that is just what I'm using. So any straightener, any kind of curling iron you have at home is going to work. If you don't have a wand and you have one that has a clip, you can just still use it as a wand anyways. I like to really section my hair to make sure everything is going to go according to plan. So first I'm going to kind of establish my part where I want this. And I'm going to section off this top half. So this top half is going to be the most important section. It's going to be the curls that are going to be showing. It's the ones that you really want to pay the most attention to and give the most time to. You could leave your hair like this, but again, I am going to split my hair off. And I'm just going to take a smaller clip to clip this up. So I typically do 3 sections of hair no matter how long my hair is. And if you have longer hair that like is at least down to here, you can honestly just get away with splitting your hair in half and just kind of doing it that way. But I feel like the shorter your hair is, the more precise you kind of have to be with it. Now this bottom section is very short. It's not really going to be showing, so the whole purpose of it is to just try to get some volume to it. So be careful if you have shorter hair like me, because it can be so easy to burn yourself. I am going to wrap away from my face. I wrap everything away from my face. If you want to alternate curls, you can do that. Some people have success and get a lot of volume that way. For me, I get the most volume if my curls are all uniform and going the same way. So even on the bottom pieces, you don't need to hold them down super long because again, it doesn't really matter what they look like. So I am just going to wrap as much hair around this as I possibly can and hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds and just let it go so you can kind of see what we're working with right here. And honestly, once we go through with the straightener, it truly doesn't matter. So even if you happen to miss some pieces in the back, it's gonna be okay. And if you're worried that I'm not explaining well enough right now, it's just because you can't really see what I'm doing. I will get better at explaining as the video goes on. I will go into more detail, I promise you that. Alright, so I'm just kind of feeling around the back of my head right now because I can't really see behind me. Feels like everything is evenly heated, so now I can move on to the next section. Again, it depends how much I care about what my hair looks like for the day. If I'm doing more casual, then I won't keep like re-pinning this up. I'll just leave it hanging down. But because I can't exactly see what's going on, to make it easier, I'm just going to take a section down and pin the rest up. Here is where I'm going to brush through my hair before curling each section, just so it's nice and smooth and I can be able to run my fingers through my hair later if I want to. Section wise, I would say I'm taking about an inch piece every time I go to curl my hair. Sometimes the closer to the front of the head I get, the smaller the pieces I will take, because again, the front of the face is really what is going to be the main focus point. You can get more volume, more curls, more definition. The smaller the section that you take, the larger section that you take, the more loose and wavy the curl is going to be. So you can kind of see right here, I have to hold the ends out because I don't have a clip, but I'm just holding about an inch out. And you're just left with a pretty bouncy curl. I personally love this Conair wand just because my hair is really hard to curl and I never really have issues with my hair not holding a curl with this. So here, because I again want to get volume, I'm holding this really close to the root, and then I'm also going to make sure that I'm wrapping this tightly around the wand. And I'm going to hold for about 7 seconds. Also, the nice thing about having bleach in your hair is that it's more damaged, so it's going to hold a curl a lot better. That is a huge difference I noticed, because for a while my hair had mostly grown out to my natural hair and it was not wanting to hold a curl whatsoever, and now it's kind of back to holding its shape a little bit better. And it's totally fine if you have shorter pieces kind of sticking out. We will be fixing all that later. Just leave this be. You want it to cool into place so you have the most volume in your hair, because if I were to run through it right now, it's going to flatten it and it's going to definitely take out the curl. This is basically the whole under part that is done. So now taking the top part, again, I'm going to work this into sections. So I'm just going to kind of part my hair, definitely have it defined where I want it in the side, and then I'll just go kind of straight back as I can. I'm going to take this bigger chunk and still have it pinned up for now. And then I'm just going to give this one brush through so I don't have to worry about doing that later. And then again, I'm just going to work my way from back to front. For the top section, if you really want to have more volume, more definition, you can go ahead and take even smaller pieces. And if you don't want to use, oh, and right back here, I really get it right up to the root for the most volume. If you don't want to use the straightener for the next bit, you can always hold out about an inch, inch and a half to 2 inches, depending how long your hair is, out of your straightener if your ends are pretty straight on their own and you don't want to have that extra heat damage. And this piece right here looks like about an inch, but I'm going to split it into something even smaller because I don't want my curl to be too big and to fall out quickly. Another thing to do if you don't want to damage your curl, you can kind of just lift the wand right out of it, and it's really going to help hold the shape to the curl. That is something that I'm more conscious about doing on the top layer of my head. So you can see I'm really getting right up to the root. And then again, just gently sliding it out of place. And you're really left with that ringlet. I tell you, it's going to look super curly right now, but it will look better later. And because I'm wearing a side part, you can kind of see how I have more hair on this side. So what I do is that I will bring it into one last final section to kind of take away from it being too meticulous, I guess, if that makes sense. And once I get to this tip-top section, I'm going to turn my straightener on so it can pretty much be ready to go as soon as I'm done curling. And in case if you're curious for my cheat, it does have different heat settings. You also has heat settings for different hair types already manually put in here. So I'll just hit the manual button and I'll have it on the medium section so it heats up to 395 degrees. One reason I brush my hair through before I curl, especially on the top layers, is because it's going to smooth the hair so you have a smoother curl. I'm not sure how I'm going to crop this video, but in case you can't see it, I'm wearing my House Stark shirt today. So is anybody else excited that they finally gave us a date for 2019? I know April is so far away. It'll come fast, but I'm so excited for this last season, and I'm also sad because it is the last season. So if you watch the show at all and you have any predictions or how you want the show to end, let me know in the comments. I'm kind of thinking that maybe it would be fun to do a couple videos throughout the season for prediction purposes. So if that's something you would be interested in, also let me know in the comments. I'm taking about, I don't know, what is this? 1/4 of an inch of section here total. When I get up to the front pieces, and then for this last piece here, the front piece is always the most important. I'm going to get real close up to those roots and then also tightly wind this around so the curl is nice and tight. And again, you saw throughout this entire video on each side of my head, I curled away from my face. I know this looks super curly, super tight right now, but trust the process. If you have really fine, hard to curl hair, you will want this. So I'm turning this off. My straightener's been on. I'm going to give this a few minutes to cool down. Everybody says 10 minutes. It doesn't take 10 minutes for your hair to cool, maybe if you have a lot of it and it's super thick. But my back pieces are already cooled down, so I'm just literally going to give it a minute or two for these front new pieces to get cool. And letting your hair cool down is going to help set the shape of the curl. Alrighty, it's literally been 30 seconds, but I am fine. I can start working at the bottom of my hair. Some people prefer to do this after they shake their hair out. I like to do it before and then kind of touch up afterwards. So with my straightener, I'm going to see if I can do this without burning myself. Kind of pull my hair down.
The National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory. The National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory.
Okay. So I'm just going to pull the hair down and just kind of straighten the bottom inch or so. So again, like I said, these bottom pieces are pretty much getting re-straightened, but you still have that volume from the little bend that it got. So I'm just going to kind of go through here and just kind of pull and straighten down. And then even right here, pull and then get the very end. So it's going to help give us that more loose, beachy, fun wave. So even right here, you can start to see the difference in the hairstyle and what it's going to be transforming into. And then how much of this you want to straight is really up to you. I ended up doing about 2 inches. So now that I have this a little bit more on the straightened side, if you have any ends that are kind of popping up weird, you can just kind of go through and try to tame them down. So now that we have that is the most important step to really styling this hair. I personally love a good texturized hairspray. There's a lot of people that love regular hairspray. For me, it tangles my hair. I like to be able to run my fingers through my hair. I don't like it feeling that crunchiness. So this is a Garnier Texture Tease Dry Touch Finishing Spray. I love this stuff. What I'm going to do is flip my head upside down, shake it out, really massage the roots. That is where you're going to get a lot of volume. And once I'm done shaking it out, I'm going to spray it everywhere. Let's see if we can get this on camera. Yay. So I'm just literally shaking my hair right onto my scalp. And then you can also kind of run your fingers through your hair here, and it's just going to help fluff everything out together. Once I feel like I've gotten most of the curls broken up, I'm going to go in with my spray. I spray this under layer, which is really on top first, mostly for volume purposes. And then I go in and scrunch my hair, so I'm literally letting the hair fall into my hair. the hair fall into my hand, and then I'm just going to go up and scrunch it. And then now I'm going to go around my face. All the way down to the ends. Again, and scrunch. And I'm going to give myself one final shake at the roots. Then what I like to do is come back here, kind of get things set into place. This is very puffy right now. It will settle down throughout the day. So I'm just going to kind of fix my hair around, play with it a little bit, and then you can still run your fingers through it to calm it down. Wow, this is pretty voluminous. I wonder if it's because this is like a fresh bottle of texturizing spray, so like it really did its job. With my hair, I know in an hour or two it's going to be a lot more loose, a lot more wavy, so you know. And then here, if you also miss some pieces or some things are looking a little bit too curly or sticking out, you can go back in with the straightener. However, I don't really like straightening on top of my hair or really using any heat products on top of hair products. So I like to do that all first. But yeah, I hope this video helped you guys, show you how to get some volume if you have fine flat hair, and curl it if you have difficult hair to curl. And I just love this. It is super fun, super beachy. I think that this is something great to wear year around. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see any other hair styled videos from me. I think that that could be something fun to try to incorporate into my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my other videos right here, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.